All right, so for this video, what I wanted to talk about was I 3D printed this little cap, and it's a 1/2 inch for the rocket. So this is a 5 inch, I want to say, rocket tube, a 1/2 inch ID. And what I did was I filled it up with black powder, and then I used my bulkhead forming tool to create a nice 1/4 inch. Okay, see if I can get this guy to pop in. There he goes. All right, so that right there is a really tight fit, which is good because that's what you want for whenever you put any black powder in there to make a salute rocket or whatever you want to call it, Texas pop rocket or whatever. You don't want it to be loose because then it's just going to blow it out. So right there, this guy is super tight. And all I'm going to do is throw in some glue. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and let the glue sit there. I'm going to let it solidify. And then once it's dry, I'll take it out of the support and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I let that dry. Let's go ahead and remove it out of the tube support. So for this thing, you don't need to actually do any, like what I'm doing. You don't have to 3D print anything like that. You can actually go online on a Pyro website and you can actually purchase some 1/4 inch plugs for the top. Sometimes they'll sell them in plastic. You can get them in paper. You can make your own. Sometimes people will just shove some toilet paper in there and then throw some hot glue, and then it'll actually do the same thing. But I wanted to do 3D print because I have the printer, and as you saw, that fit the way it was real tight. That's what I liked, because that'll make sure that I actually get a nice pop on this guy. And then just spin it off. And that's pretty much it right there. So this is a cord rocket. You can see that. And then here on the top, you have that very nice tight fitting plug. And then I put a little bit of glue. I'm probably going to reinforce it around the edges here to kind of keep the glue in, because I know it's just in the middle there. Not a big deal. I can just kind of heat it up because it's got a little bit of a lump to it. I can just heat it up and smooth it out. That way it gets on the edges here. Pretty much the worst that will happen with this thing is it'll fly in the air and then the cap will just pop off if there's enough pressure in there to hold it in. But I'm going to reinforce it, and then to make it even tighter, you can actually use some gum tape, which I have. You can reinforce it with gum tape to make sure that you keep a really tight cap on there, so that way it actually does pop when it goes up in the air. Last night off camera, I pressed into a used tube. This was already used before. The 1/2 inch, the 1 pound rocket tube, but because this one was used and it was cut, I just went ahead and pressed some of that rocket mix, the torch mix. So it's going to be a green torch with red. So that's also going to be coming up on my channel soon. Once I get closer to the holidays, as far as New Year's and stuff, that's when I start making my rockets and that cool stuff. So this one's going to be, what is this? Yeah, this is going to be a helicopter as well, or a buzz bomb, whatever you call it. I have the wings for it. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. And just stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to show you a couple other little projects that I'm working on, and pretty much see what you guys think of the next couple of projects that are coming to the channel. All right, well, until the next video, and I appreciate you all for watching.